Everything happens for a reason. And for me, a closed door was a very unusual situation that transported my life into something that I never expected. I was working at a new job. My family had just moved back to Hong Kong. We had lived there before. And at this new job, I wanted to make a really good first impression, work really hard, make friends, just get settled in. And one day I had to go down to the front gate to get some information. And our front gate guy, Juan, was really friendly. Just, he knows your name. He'd often give you a hug. And I went down there in his big glass door and his big glass windows. His door was always open. It's just the way Juan was. And you have to go in and talk to him. You can't just go grab your stuff. So one day, while I was in there getting my information, of course, enjoying a nice chit-chat with Juan, I didn't realize that a custodian had come in after me and had closed the door. And so after wrapping up a nice convo with Juan, I turned and was looking at my information to leave, and I collided with the door with a big bang, and it set me backwards. And Juan helped me to sit down and clear my head, and I kind of shook it off and went back to work. I wanted to get back to, doing the grind, and started to have a really bad headache and took some medicine and wasn't able to stay late like I had been doing to do just really good job, and went home and didn't feel well and thought, golly, maybe I should see a doctor. We used to live here, and my husband had seen this neurologist and was a really nice guy, so I decided, well, I'd take my first sick day and go see this neurologist. And told him what happened. He thought I had a mild concussion, had some medicine for it, told me to try that first. And so I took the medicine, still headaches, not getting better after a few days, and complaining, at work about how I'm not feeling well. I looked fine, but said I didn't feel well, and I was starting to wonder if I wasn't kind of rubbing people the wrong way about it. And went back to him, and he thought, the doctor said I might have experienced whiplash and sent me to physical therapy, which of course meant that I had to skip some work and juggle some schedules and ask people to cover for me. And I was starting to worry that, gosh, this job is getting off to a really bad start. But by the time a couple weeks had rolled by, my ears were ringing and I was starting to feel dizzy. I knew something was really up. So I went back to that doctor, and he ordered an MRI. The next day, my husband took off work himself, and we went in to check out the results. The doctor said I should thank heaven that that door was closed, because that impact caused a ping pong ball sized tumor that was located right here to become dislodged and make itself known. He assured me that this kind of tumor is usually benign, and they could do surgery and take care of it with no problem. And he was right. I ended up being able to go back to a hospital that my husband had been in before, and I, of course, had this doctor was a friend, and even some of the nurses I recognized. And what had happened was then my coworkers visited me, my boss visited me, people were sending flowers. I got back to school. The surgery went great, and I recovered fine. I went back to school, and all the students, they had cards for me, and even one class rehearsed and sang a song, and it was like, wow, I'm really feeling, close to these people now after all of this. And it just goes to show you, a closed door can cause a lot of things to happen. Everything happens for a reason.